Hey there, evolutionaries. Joe Heller, and I wanted to talk to you today about the law of attraction and how that's tied to demonic entities and energies. I know that's pretty crazy, huh? Now, I could spend time and kind of do the fact check and go through and talk about Rhonda Bryan and how she robbed and stole from everybody in the movie The Secret, how James Ray murdered or killed two people. Actually, he didn't murder, but he was charged with manslaughter and spent several years in jail. How the guy that talks about checks in the mail from The Secret was arrested and indicted and went to jail. I can kind of go on and on and on because everybody, well, I can say with the exception of maybe Bob Proctor in the movie The Secret, has had run-ins with the police for doing illegal things, for stealing. And so what does that tell you about this law of attraction? Well, I can, like I said, easily talk about that, but there's a lot of people out there, and you can look it up, you can Google it, you can find that the co-executive producer of The Secret sued Rhonda Bryan for $300 million because she stole from him, didn't give him credit, how, oh gosh, what's her name? Anyway, there's so much that has happened within this space that it is ungodly to even practice, in my humble opinion. And since I can see energy, I wanted to kind of share with you some things which I hinted at in an earlier video. So, law of attraction and demonic possession. So why does that happen? Well, remember, if we're godly in nature, we are creators. If we are attracting something, it means there's something missing from us. It means that we are not whole. And so we're attracting things in the third dimension, like money, relationships, fancy car, big house, whatever that is, versus instilling the God force and activating and expanding and blossoming, attuning to this higher level of God, where we are now creators. And this is something that is epically important for everyone to realize, is that if we are going to step into the next iteration of who we are, the angelic stepping stone, like in Jacob's ladder, and become that next grand event where we take on the true form of God within a light body to go on into the next realm, then the law of attraction is a false teaching and it is designed to keep you here. Now, if anything wouldn't actually represent that, it's the fact that all the truth from Christian movies are being canceled on Netflix to all the things that are being hidden and censored on this platform and other platforms, except for the law of attraction. Now, why is that? Well, if it's going to feed into the demonic structure of all things, because they know that you are empty, there's a missing part of you, there's a void within you, so you have to attract whatever this is that you're missing, which creates hope. And hope really is a deadly sin. And people go like, well, what do you mean, Joe? Well, hope was the last thing that escaped Pandora's box. And a lot of people don't really understand. So hope is all about you as the individual versus faith. So I would actually challenge you to change the word hope to faith, because faith is believing in that God within you, that wellspring of pure energy of godly creation. And when you have faith, you are taking creation of your mortal self to a completely different realm. And that's really exciting for me to think about and expressing that to you, because as I go down this journey, I'm consistently looking at how I can amplify the power of love, the godly forces within me, to not only protect myself as I step in and take on the full armor of God, to be that light in the darkness, to cast out all shadows in the darkness, all demonic forces. That is an expansion. That is growth. That is blossoming, where attraction is subtraction. It is the limitation of who you are as a godly being. And this is one of the greatest lies ever perpetrated on you and I. This is a grand manipulation of epic proportions. You do not need the law of attraction. The law of attraction is demonic. It is something that is going to limit you. It is something that you, because you now believe that you are doing this, you have now opened a void for a demonic entity or energy to step inside of you and fill this void, at least temporarily, where you go, woohoo, I'm happy, I've got this car, this and that. And then guess what? 3 years later, you're bankrupt, because that's what these demonic entities do. They give you the money and then they take it away, because they thrive, they feed on this roller coaster of energy, of despair. As a matter of fact, that's what hope is. What is the opposite of hope? It is despair. And so how do you fight this? You have the courage, you have the heart. Remember, the soul, the God spark, resides within your heart. This is why Richard the Lionheart got his name, is because he lived from his heart. And this is how we all should live and walk heart first. Because if we live and walk heart first, there is nothing that can stand in our way. Nothing. So we've eradicated hope. We now have faith. We know that these evil demonic entities feed on us, and they can't feed on us if we are bathed in the light of the light. And I'm not talking about the light from the sun. I'm talking about the light of the God force within you, this invisible spectrum of light that only angelics can see. This truly permeates your auric field and creates this amazing illumination of who you are, and tells these demonic entities to stay away, because you now have dominion now in the mortal realm. You now have claimed your victory, and this is going to be your ticket to escape this realm. And it's not really even escaping, it is graduating. And I am so thrilled to watch many of you getting ready to graduate from this realm and go on and continue your learnings and teachings well beyond the earth realm. Now, there's going to be quite a few that don't. And of course, those are the people that don't watch this video. Those are the people that are watching the law of attraction videos. Seriously. Because they're putting their hope not in God. They're putting their hope in the material world. And if you put your hope in material things, no matter what they are, you will never be happy. You will always have a void. You will never prosper in the way that God wanted you to prosper or blossom, really, in becoming this great, energetic force of love, igniting the true power of your God force of love now within the mortal realm. And this is pretty exciting. So you can choose 3D attraction, subtraction, right? Attraction, subtraction, which is satanic. Or you can choose 5D, which is creation. This is the blossoming. This is the godly path that we all need to step onto, especially right now. What's happening now on earth? This is a time to make a choice. And time is running out. Time is actually running out for most of us. I don't have a looking glass into the future, but I do know that this is a time where you and I need to make a choice on what path we are going to follow. A goodly, godly path, or stay here where you got crazy people selling Nike shoes that have blood in them with a 666 on it. What kind of a warped society could create that? Well, one that's based on attraction, one that is based on consumption. It reminds me of a movie which a buddy and I were talking about the other day. It's called They Live, and it's about these aliens that have really kind of brainwashed us, and we can't see them as they stand in front of us. And by the way, that's true. But what they do is when they put on these magic kind of like glasses, they're able to see through the veil and see the aliens and see all of the different messages that are subliminally encoded in everything. And one of them, which is really, I mean, it's all true. It actually talks and shows money. So he goes like this, and he sees the dollars. He puts like this, and it says, "I am your God." And that's what the law of attraction does. It teaches you that consumption, that money is your God. It is taking away, it is stealing your spirituality. And the one thing that I am here to do is to help you recognize and make the choice to take the right path, the godly path, the path where you are enlightened. The whole reason for this channel that I have had and said, espoused from the very beginning, was to help break the reincarnation cycle for everyone who watches my videos. And the main and only way to do that is to ignite the God force, step away from the material world as it will be. I mean, we have to live here, but we also don't need to worship it. This is exactly what the idol worshiping is all about. This is, if you're going to drive a BMW or a Ferrari or whatever, and you think you're cool because of that, you're worshiping that. If you think you've got like this Gucci purse or MK or whatever, you're worshiping that. I'm not saying don't have nice things, but you must be creating in order to capture, to have those nice things, not attract them, not use the lower frequency energetics that really condemn you into another 12,000 year cycle here on Earth, which is exactly what I'm trying to do, is to help you graduate. I was going to say escape, but it's the same thing. Well, not really the same thing, but graduate from this. I mean, you want to go through like 2019 and 20 again, another 12,000 years? Look, let's shortcut this lesson. Let's make the right choices. Let's choose God, choose source, choose to walk in love, choose to expand, choose to be whole, choose to be the light of the light, to shine the light from your heart, to be the beacon where every other lost soul can find their way back to God because of you. And this is so really cool, because you may go, well, Joe, I'm just da-da-da-da. No, you, because you're watching this video, are empowered to be greater than you could ever possibly imagine. And that is so exciting to me, because it doesn't matter whether you're tall, short, big, this or that, white, black, yellow, it doesn't matter, because this is just wrapper. I see beyond that, and anyone that knows and is awakened to God sees beyond the wrapper that we're in, this physical form, and sees that spark of God that is illuminated within you. And I love you, and I just celebrate your awakening and blossoming and becoming more than you ever realized. And gosh, I'm so happy that you are now taking this massive step towards illuminating who you truly are, changing the world for the better, evolving the world, evolving you, stepping through that portal, that gate at the end of this lifetime into the garden, and bringing heaven back to earth. So with that, I love you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know this is a bit of a rant, but I really want to create some discernment with you between what is godly and what is not, because there are so many things that are designed to entrap us here. We have to be better. We have to think better. We have to think evolved. We have to think in a godly manner of not just about ourselves, but what and who and how we can be better for those around us, our friends, our partners, our family, our spouses, brothers and sisters, siblings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and really the world as a whole, because the love that you contain in you wraps around the entire world. There is nothing that stops the permeation of love that originates from your heart. You have that power inside of you. You are godly. You have the God force. And, well, I'm just so excited to help you acknowledge who you really are. You are special. You are godly. And with that, I love you. I'm Joe Heller. Talk to you soon.